When the COVID-19 pandemic started, our chicken flock had grown somewhat and we needed a larger space to keep the predators out and also to keep the hens and their rooster separate from our other roosters. Unfortunately, hardware cloth became impossible to source, so we had to improvise by using boat shrink wrap. This actually was up for over a year, and then we were finally able to get our hardware cloth again. It was so nice to be able to remove the shrink wrap and keep the birds safe, somewhere now that we could look in and see everything that was going on inside.
Girls might fly the coop.
Right to the top, but I don't know. 3 feet? It is 3 feet.
So 96 got us where? Just
From the very end. Start at the bottom, I guess. A couple days ago we showed you our morning chicken routine. Now it is just after 7 o'clock. Now I can't believe this because we're mid-September. It's getting earlier and earlier, but it's time to put the chickens away. And I thought you might enjoy seeing that routine, so come on along with us. This video was not planned, and I can tell you that because the stick that I usually take in there with me to kind of protect me, just in case Blondie decides to be aggressive, is nowhere to be found. It's going to be in there somewhere because I went in earlier today and I didn't bring it out with me. So that's okay. We're going to improvise. We're going to take the watering can and use that instead. So this is Blondie right here. And he's a beautiful rooster. He's actually our nicest looking rooster, which tells you you can't judge a book by its cover because he's mean sometimes. And he likes to go after Brad. Let's see if I can find my stick. I have no idea where I left my stick. Okay, well that's okay. So basically what I do when I put him away is I just kind of block one side. It's a little harder to do with a watering can. Come here, bud. Oh, we'll go this way. Okay, so this is the hardest part of the job. And Blondie has his own apartment. All of the boys have their own apartments and they know which ones are theirs. And if we don't get out here to put them away, they will put themselves away in the right place, which is kind of cool. But we like to get out here and make sure they're going to be okay. I know. We'll go with that. At the end of the day, before they kind of go to bed and we close everything up, this is their little feed door. And if you look in there, I don't know if it's too dark to tell, but they do have food on the top, and we used to put food on the bottom, but they seem to like perching in there and eating the food. And that shelf can also be filled with food, and they can go on either side. Actually, here comes Blondie now to get a bite to eat. They're getting antsy because it's kind of sundown, so when we come in here, they kind of prance around us and try to put us away as if we're chickens. It's kind of funny. This is Bodie. Bodie got a little bit of frostbite last winter because he has one of those combs that is quite high, but it healed up nice. He also has these big dangly wattles. Okay, and in you go. We have these little blocks that we can prop the door open just enough in the morning to give them some light in the coop while the girls are free ranging. Let's see if he's gonna eat. Blondie's digging in. These panels here and back there are staggered, so he has more room on this side, and then if Bowdy gets up here, he can go on the other side, and that way they're not knocking their combs. These are flexible, so they will move, but it's just easier this way. There you go. Alrighty. Say goodnight. Here we go. Chip is the easiest to put in because you can just pop them right in. The other boys fly out of my hand by the time I get to the perch. Him, you just put him right in and he's good to go. And they all have their own water in here and the shared food at the top. He's probably got some scratch there that he found. Now this door's not giving me a hard time. Okay, so they're all locked. I have one more thing to do for the roosters. And that is just to put the food in the empty apartment. This is our 4th boys' quarters. And we use it when we go away for Bunty, but otherwise Bunty is always in with the girls. Time for the girls. Come on in, Brad. Oh, there's my stick. I use it to just kind of keep them from attacking me. So when I came in earlier, I guess I used it, and then somehow I got out of here without it. All right, ladies. Well, this is going to be a little bit different because we waited a little long to get out here, and 4 out of 6 of these chickens are already put away. So that's okay. I'm going to grab a water. We have about 8 hooks in this little coop for food and water when we go away overnight. And I like to hang this one just by the door because it's easy for us to put in and out and the birds know where to get it. And all the hens have now put themselves away. So this is Bunty. This is our one rooster that stays with the hens to look out for them, and we chose him because he's so awesome. He's our most friendly rooster, very gentle. He's a love. Hey, Bunty. Are you ready for bed? Bunty is molting as well. They're all getting their new feathers. It'll be nice to see them fully feathered. So on some days we actually pick each one of them up, put them in the door like this, and they go in. They kind of know the routine by now. And then they're closed up for the night. We've got this little vent here. If it's very hot, we'll keep it wide open. And there's a fan in the top of the bag that draws air in and out, so the heat gets vented. Now at this time of year it's a little chilly at night, so we'll just pop it down a bit. And then the last thing we do is check for eggs. Now you may or may not know, when chickens are molting, their egg production slows and sometimes stops, so we don't ever know what we're gonna get for eggs right now. They are molting. Sometimes we get 1, sometimes we get 2. Today we get 0, and that's okay. We want those girls to have nice bushy feathers when winter comes. So everyone's locked in and safe. I always do a final walk around, and I know that I left the boys' feed door open. I want to show you something. If you peek into the coop, you'll see their little lights that come on. So we have a little string on each side so that the boys can see to get on their perches. And they have a nice little cozy night without it being too invasive. And that's that. Thanks so much for watching. It was fun to take you along with this. Now you've seen them in the morning, you've seen them in the evening. That's a day with backyard chickens, and the mosquitoes are out, so I'm going inside. Thanks a lot.